influential bands, the Specials and the Funboy 3, to name but two. He's just released a new solo single in Ballad of a Landlord and is about to release his second solo album, Laugh. With that in mind, we invited him down to this vinyl emporium in Camden Town to find out exactly what makes Terry merry. Terry, if I can just talk a little bit about some of the things that you've done in the past. First of all, might as well start with Two
School.
Well, school. Okay, school. Was that a happy time?
It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare, year after year after year.
Do you remember the good old days before the ghost town? We danced and sang and the music played in any boom town.
But, sorry, Toots.
Yeah, Two-Tone. I mean, how did you sort of, you know, look back at that period? I mean, you know...
All of a sudden, I could be heard. I was like a teenager. And was sort of pretty much nothing. And I could be heard. And I didn't have anything great to say, but I could be heard. And the Funboy 3 was like a playground. It was like, we just didn't know what we were doing. That was good fun.
In the last few years, you've worked with a variety of different songwriters, from Ian Broudie to Tricky to Damon Albarn to Dave Stewart. Who's been the easiest and who's been the most challenging to work with?
Tricky I found really liberating because I'd sort of got into this thing where everything was set the way I worked. But working with him was like the first Funboy 3 LP, where we just went into a studio and we hadn't got a clue what we were doing, and it didn't matter.
Jesus, believe me. Now, your new album's coming out fairly soon, which is entitled Laugh. A surprising title for you.
Well, I went to do this photo session, and in Miami, because it was sunny and this was December, and we just walked into the road, and my friend who was with me said, if you look behind you now, you'll see the fattest bloke you've ever seen. So I looked, and it really was. And so I just laughed a lot, and the photographer took a photo, and that's the one we had.
Tried to tell the God.
And the first single from the album has just been released, Ballad of a Landlord. What sort of things were racing through your mind when you were writing that?
Everything was sort of going off around me, and it was like all these weird things happening. And I realised that all I really was, I owned this little bit of land in Warwickshire, and I just felt like a landlord.
If I did